So, yeah, when I was tossed out, I guess you would say, of the doves, yeah, I really had nowhere to go, and so I had one worldly friend who was a former boss, and he said, "Come, I'll help you." And so I packed my car and I drove out of state, and he put a roof over my head and fed me and clothed me, and he put me into exit counseling, and he paid for all of it. And I think the cool thing there was that he was an ex-Scientologist.
Nice.
So he absolutely understood when the elders started stalking me and calling every day, that he knew the tactics that they were using. So he got me into this counseling and stuff, and there was no way I could ever repay him because my husband had cut me off of everything. I had no income, no nothing, and he just told me that the only way that I needed to repay him was to, if I ever found anybody else in that same situation, that I should do the same thing for them. So that's kind of why I stick around ex-student boards.
Nice. Very good. That was a very good synopsis. Well, I was just curious, what kind of, you said they were doing things. Like, what kind of things were they doing?
The elders?
Yeah, well, exactly. How are they stalking you?
Well, at the time, I really had an emotional breakdown, and I was just, I was sitting around crying a lot, just sitting on the couch, looking off into space. I really was in bad shape. And they would, now you have to understand, I was in New Mexico when I was, when I left, and then I drove to Phoenix, Arizona. So I wasn't even in the same, I wasn't even going to meetings in Phoenix, so I wasn't even in the congregation. Mm-hmm. And they were calling every day. This was just 2 weeks after I left. They were calling just all the time. They actually contacted the elders in Phoenix, and they were sitting outside the house in cars and vans, and they were watching me coming and going, and I recognized them because when I had lived in Phoenix before, that was the congregation I had gone to, so I recognized these people. And it got to the point, every time the phone rang, it was like a gunshot to me, and I was like having a nervous breakdown. And so he actually unplugged the phone and just, so yeah, it was not good.
Wow. I'm glad he helped you.
Yeah, he saved my life, because if I hadn't had that, I probably would have committed suicide. I was really in bad shape.
Oh. All right, well, thanks, Steph.
So you're welcome.
Yay!